Here is the second part of worksheet 1.5, talking about taking sentences and translating them into math to answer the question. So here we are. The length of a rectangle is 3 more than the width. The perimeter is 34 units. Find the length and the width. So again, we can answer the question. The length is blank and the width is blank. Because we put a box around the question to make sure we actually go back and do that. And so this is how the answer will look like when I answer that question. Sometimes people find X and they think they're done. So the length of a rectangle is yada 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 more than the width. We do not know what the width is, and there isn't a statement talking about the width, so we make X be the thing, the number, the dimension that we know the least about. We know least about the width. Whereas we do know that the length is 3 more than the width. So, so if the width is X, the length is 3 more than that. So 3 more than the width. The perimeter is 34 units. Now remember, perimeter is either length plus width plus length plus width, or really it's 2 lengths plus 2 widths. So when I substitute 34 in for the perimeter, I need to make sure I put in X for L, and I have 2 lengths that make the perimeter, and I have 2 widths that help make the perimeter. So really I have 34 equals 2x plus 6 plus 2x. When I combine like terms on the right, I get 4x plus 6. Subtract 6, you get 28 equals 4x. So then x equals 7. I'm going to circle that because that's a big deal and that's good. So now what does that mean? Well, that means the width is 7 and the length is 10. 3 plus 7. So the length is 10 and the width is 7. And here they specify length versus width, so it's important that you don't switch those up. And yeah, it said here the length is 3 more than the width. The length is the long part, so it's more. And if you did the perimeter, 10 plus 7 plus 10 plus 7, that is 34, so it's got to be the right answer. The perimeter of a rectangle is 36. Perimeter rectangle equals 36. The length is twice as long as the width. Length is twice, that means 2 times as long as the width. Find the length and the width. The length is blank and the width is blank. Alright, so now they gave us a sentence about the length, so that means we don't know much about the width, or we don't have a sentence for the width, so the width will be x. The length is twice as long as the width, so that's 2x. So perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. The perimeter is 36, so I substitute 36 in for P. The length is 2x. The width is x. So I have 2 times 2x, that's 4x. And over here I have 2 times x, that's 2x. I didn't screw up, like the math is good on the last one, but I gotta go back and address something really quick here after this problem. So as I solve for x, I get x equals 6. Never mind. So x equals 6, so the width is 6. That makes the length 12. So the length is 12, the width is 6. And if I add those numbers up, 12 plus 6 plus 12 plus 6, going around a perimeter of a rectangle, that adds up to 36. Yes, it does. And the length is twice as long as the width. Maybe I should have rotated my rectangle, but That's not a big deal. I've answered the question correctly. What I was going to go back and address is there's no units on this. I don't know if the perimeter is 36 feet, 36 centimeters, but actually there is no label on it. So technically we should just say units versus units squared or something like that. And I don't think the last one had that either. 34 units. So we should have the word units with this. 10 units and 7 units. Again, if it was 34 feet, it would be 10 feet and 7 feet for the length and width. Perimeter of a rectangle is 24. Now we know about the width. It's 3 times the length, but then decreased by 4. Find the length and the width. I'm going to skip the sentence for a second. So we know about the width, so the length is now the x. Because now we can build an expression for the width given the length, which we're going to call x. So the width is 3 times the length, but then decreased by 4. So P equals perimeter of a rectangle is 2L plus 2W. So 24 equals 2x plus 2 times 3x minus 4. Notice that's all in parentheses because we're going to have to multiply the 3x by 2 and the minus 4 by 2. We have 2 of those lengths. So we have 24 equals 2x plus 6x minus 8. Combine like terms. On the right you have 8 x's. Solve for x. Get x equals 4. So that means the length is 4 and the width is 3 times 4 minus 4, which is 12 minus 4, which is 8. So the length is 4 units and the width is 8 units. I should check that answer really quick. Let's see, 4 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 is 24. And the width is 3 times that number, but then decreased by 4. Yes. Sam bought cookies. Sam bought 50 cookies at Festival. Some were oatmeal raisin and some were chocolate chip. The number of oatmeal raisin cookies was 14 more than half the number of chocolate chip cookies. How many of each type did he buy? So this one's a little more interesting. The number of oatmeal raisin cookies was 14 more than half the number of chocolate chip. So we know that, whoa, come on, Bessie. For now, let's let chocolate chip equal x. So then oatmeal is, the oatmeal was 14 more than half the number of chocolate chips. So it's going to be half of the chocolate chips, but then increased by 14. Alrighty. And we know that Sam bought in total 50 cookies. So if we took the number of chocolate chip plus oatmeal, that equals the total number of cookies. So the chocolate chip is x, the oatmeal is 1/2 x plus 14. So I've taken all the cookies he's bought, the chocolate chip and the oatmeal, and I know that the total number of cookies he's bought is 50. So we get, this is really like 1x, which would be the same as 2 over 2x, because when we add, this is underlined just to show that they're like terms, not to make a fraction. When I combine those, 2 seconds plus 1 second is 3 seconds, or he has like 1.5. You could convert these to decimals. 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5. However, it helps you to get the answer. So then we're just solving for x. So we are going to subtract 14. So we get 3/2 x equals 36. Now we multiply by the reciprocal, 2/3 and 2/3. Now this 36 I'm going to turn into a fraction. It's the same as 36 over 1. On the right we get 6 over 6x, which is the same as 1x. Did I say on the right? That's on the left. Hello. On the right, we get 72, because we multiply across, divided by 3, which is 24. Another way to do that is to think of this, because we can rearrange the order of multiplication. Really, we're multiplying the top and then dividing it by the product of the bottom. Really, we could do something I like to call cross canceling, where I could just take 36 divided by 3. And that's the same as 12 over 1. Then when we multiply across, we get 24 over 1. Didn't I say that x was going to be 24? Yeah, so that's a nice trick that you can use that works mathematically. So x is the number of chocolate chip. So he bought, or she bought, whoever Sam is, bought 24 chocolate chip cookies. And half of 24 is 12. 12 plus 14 is 26. So Sam bought 24 chocolate chip and 26, like I said, 26 oatmeal cookies. Yay!